Oh yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special day. Today, we finally figured out why the machine gunner in Double Dragon can turn into a stormtrooper and not be able to hit anything. Hey, doofus, I'm over here! If you want to know how this glitch works, stay tuned and I'll show you how. Yeah! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic day today is. I love figuring out things in video games, and I've made a career out of it, and there's nothing better than being able to solve the puzzle. But some of these puzzles elude us, and they elude us for a long time. Even though we have technology that allows us to, emulation allows us to look into the RAM values or into the code. It's like having a metal detector. We can utilize the tools, but if we don't know where to look, it's like we're in a wide open field. So we need something to point us in the right direction. And with this glitch, we always thought it had something to do with our location. If you look up this glitch, you're going to find people saying you have to line up at the very bottom of the screen. And though it is true that you need to be below essentially this line of carpet here, the green carpet on the side, you do need to be able to be below that for it to work. You don't have to be all the way at the bottom. But we always thought you have to be all the way at the bottom, and if you're not lined up just right, you're going to take damage. And that's why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And that is not the case at all. A huge shout out to Stampede Gaming on YouTube for the question that unlocked this riddle. It was his question that he asked me saying, I'm having a hard time with the machine gunner. It never works for me. Well, sometimes when trying to figure out how we can make something work all the time, if we can make it not work all the time, it's also really helpful. And that's what we were able to do. Stampede asked me to beat the game without using any of the weapons. And I noticed that I didn't use any of the weapons if I got to this gunner. It didn't work. And we were able to narrow it down even more to this guy right here, the knife. I'm going to make this explanation as quick and as sweet as I can, but essentially the bullets are tied to the knives. They're a projectile that enemies can use and that we can use. And the key is when we use them, they are ours and they can't hit us. And when they use them, they're the enemies. They can't hit enemies, but they can hit you. For example, if you had two guys with knives on the screen and one guy threw a knife, it couldn't hit the other guy. It would go through them and hit you. So a knife can be owned by the enemies and be hostile to you, or be owned by you and not be hostile at all. And it's this value that the projectile holds that is the key to the whole thing. You see, if we grab this knife and we hit this enemy with it, the knife is unloaded or it's despawned, but the variable for whether or not projectiles are hostile to us is saved. So right now, projectiles, come on, Linda, just take it, Linda. Now projectiles are not hostile to us. And this is what is actually happening when it has nothing to do with our location. It's not that he's not lined up with us. It's the fact that the bullets that he's shooting at us are our bullets. He can't hit us with these bullets. They're ours. And the reason why it doesn't hit us at the bottom of the screen, but it can hit us at the top, has to do with ricocheting projectiles. You see, he won't hit us here, but if we go up to the top, once he starts shooting, come on, shoot at me, buddy. Watch this bullet. It hits the wall. Once the bullet hits the wall, all of a sudden we can get hit. Why is that? It's because a knife, when hits a wall, turns into a hostile knife and hits us. The bullets and the knives work the same. And in this way, we can make the bullets our own and make them not hit us. And that's how it works. It is insane. Years we've spent trying to figure out why it is that he doesn't line up at the right spot. It's not that he's not lining up at the right spot. It's that he's shooting our bullets. It's crazy to me. And there's a couple things that you can do. If you want to make sure that you're setting this up, you need to make projectiles yours. In order to do that, you need to grab a knife. You either need to hit this guy with a knife or throw it down here where it goes off of the screen and unloads while you still, in a sense, own the projectiles. This right here will accomplish the same thing. Finish off the stage. Linda's, grasshoppers, and here he comes. So if you want to make sure that you can perform this glitch every single time, just make sure that you either grab that last knife and hit an enemy with it so that it unloads while it is yours, or you go to the bottom of the screen and throw it off the screen. Don't let it hit a wall. If it hits a wall, it's going to flip that flag in the code and say projectiles are now not yours. And we can make that happen by having him shoot a wall. As soon as they hit the wall, that code flips. Now projectiles are hostile towards you and you can get hit. And that's how the machine gunner glitch works. I am so incredibly excited, and I love deep diving into these old retro games for these things. There's something about, you see people speed running and breaking records and stuff. There's something about the discoveries that live forever. That is just something that I love so much. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this interesting, and cheers. Have a great day.